Brown had 23 against Ole Miss on Saturday, hit 8 of 11 from the floor. Nigel Pack is a three-point specialist. He got slowed from the perimeter, but showed us a little variety in his game against the Rebels on Saturday. So dynamic backcourts for both these teams as we are set to get underway here at Humphrey Coliseum. And Oklahoma will have the opening possession.
We all understand the history of Mississippi State or Chris Jansen, the physicality of how they like to play. Maybe a different team this year. We know Oklahoma can be physical. We saw in their win against Ole Miss.
Sooners averaging 87 points per game. Pack's first shot in and out.
Someone have shut him down from three-point line, as you said, against Ole Miss, 0 for 3. He took it off the bounce, got to the mid-range game, scored layups. Veteran play.
Here's Xavier Brown averaging almost 16 a game.
And Epps is an outstanding defender guarding Xavier Brown.
Darion Reed gets it to Pack. His second shot of the game off the back of the iron. Loose ball, though, comes out to Oklahoma. They'll have 3 cracks at it.
Mississippi State's got a rebound. Third opportunity for the Sooners in this one possession.
Here's Tay Davis. Strong take to the basket. Keep an eye on Tay Davis. He has some explosive opportunities. And boy, he's a tough matchup.
And he's at a great size. He's 6'9", 215. He can handle it off. Handle it. He can also shoot it. Has not shot the deep ball that well, but he can.
Here is Jaden Epps. After a couple of seasons at Georgetown, his first season with the Bulldogs. Gets it over to Hubbard. His first 3 off the mark, and Brown looked like he got popped across the bridge of the nose.
And Dave, how does Hubbard respond after a 38-point performance? Sometimes it's not so easy to come back and do the same thing next time out. Doesn't have to be 38, but can he be consistent and can he shoot the ball well?
Hubbard, back-to-back seasons with 108 three-pointers, certainly on pace to match that. But here's Sean. Oh, got whacked right across the bridge of the nose as that foul goes against Quincy Ballard, the 7-footer.
Good defense, tough shot.
Hubbard back the other way.
Defensively, watch how people play Hubbard. If you stay chest to chest, don't let him catch the basketball. Can't give him any space.
Reed, big rebound right in front of Ballard.
Oklahoma, like every team in the league, likes to push, see if they can find some mismatches on the other end.
Reed up and under, and he is fouled.
Reed, the transfer from Alabama, saw the mismatch right away. He's got Hubbard, smaller player. Hubbard at 6 feet, listed at 6 feet. Darion Reed, 6'8", smart play.
Josh Hubbard picks up that foul, his first. That'll send Darion Reed to the free throw line. Darion, the transfer from Alabama, first year with the Sooners. That one rattles off the rim. 76% at the line. Double-figure score, averaging almost 4 rebounds a game. There are his numbers.
Did not shoot it well in the first game against Ole Miss. Only 2 of 8 from the field. Been a very consistent performer this season for the Sooners.
Mississippi State coming off that 101-98 overtime win versus Texas. They have won 6 of their last 7.
How about the matchup? Porter Moser decided to put Tay Davis at 6'9" originally on Hubbard.
Ballard spins with the left hand, got it to go. Boy, he was looking to pass, and finally
the crowd told him to shoot.
Good thing he listened. Corner 3 from Davis, too strong. Ballard corrals it.
Tay Davis only 3 of now 25 beyond the 3-point line this season.
Epps down the lane.
Really understands how to play. Better defensively than some people thought when he first got here. Offensively can do it either off the bounce, as you saw, or deep from 3.
Epps 11th in the conference in scoring. Of course, Hubbard leads the conference in scoring. In and out.
That's 3 shots Pack has had in and out. Should not hurt his confidence.
Sooners have started this game 1 for 6 from the field.
You always want to keep a hand semi up in the air against Hubbard because he's a quick draw.
Shot clock down to 7. Epps trying to find a little bit of room. That did not hit the iron, but they're going to say play on as the Sooners have it the other way. Xavier Brown bumped, and he gets the layup to go.
Strong, physical.
The crowd wanted to foul, but wanted to travel, but he was actually bumped. And a foul in the perimeter against Hubbard. Little stutter step from Josh. There's Porter Mosier. Now in his 5th season with the Sooners, led him to the NCAA tournament last year, 20-14 overall. But boy, this is a team right here. He's got a lot of options with this team. He can play some different styles of basketball.
And you can tell when you talk to him, he really likes this group. The transfers that came in, they're all veteran players. They understand how to play, how to practice, what they need to do. He doesn't have to go crazy on different guys about getting them ready. This is their 15th game, and all 15 the same starters every game. Rare in today's game.
They've won 9 of their last 10.
Only averaged 9 turnovers a ball game. Only had 1 turnover second half against Ole Miss.
They have the fewest turnovers per game in the league.
Jadon Jones, who's in the game, number 12, outstanding defender. Bulldogs having a hard time, Dave, finding a shot and even getting in the offense.
I think that was last touch by Oklahoma. They'll stay with Mississippi State, but only 2.7. So they're Chris Jans trying to dial something up, and this was definitely touched last by Oklahoma. It'll be Bulldog basketball when we come back.
So how to get ready, and he's already played in 2 big-time conferences. He can handle what the SEC is going to have for him.
As a sophomore, Kansas State averaged 17 points a game, Big 12 first-team member, and then, of course, Midwest Region most outstanding player back in that 2023 season when the Canes went to the Final Four, losing to UConn.
Okay, one of the keys Chris Jans talked about is getting paint touches. They have not been able to run their offense much below the free throw line. Their key to Texas was at least they got paint touches. That allows maybe a double team inside and you kick it out to your shooter.
2.2 seconds on the clock. Taken away by Oklahoma. Here's Davis back the other way.
The value of a 6'9" guy that can handle it, bring it on the floor. Tay Davis.
Can't convert, hits shot. That rebound into the hands of Sean Jones, averaging 5 rebounds a game.
When you go on the road and you're Oklahoma and the home team starts slow, you've got to try to find a way to build a lead, and Oklahoma's not taken advantage of it so far.
Hubbard takes it right to the big 6'11" Kirill Atantsov, the young man who just came to Oklahoma from Russia right before the first of the year, and playing in just his 3rd game.
And nobody talks about the strength of Josh Hubbard. He is physically strong. He can take any bump, any push. That's the ability then to handle anybody that throws at him. So you know how to play or what?
Yes.
Moves guys out of the way that are behind him. He had got by Hubbard, then backed into Hubbard, so then Hubbard has to stop. Nigel Pack continues.
Nigel Pack listed at 5'10", 188. Here's Hubbard.
He's looking over at Hubbard and thinks, hey, I'm taller than you. And they put that 6 number by Hubbard. Can't they get him freedom?
Boy, Hubbard having a tough time finding that rhythm from beyond the arc here to start this game. He's missed a couple of those, but he does have a rhythm defensively with a steal.
A rare turnover and not a good pass by Pack.
Hubbard right to the basket. Josh with a couple of field goals now.
And that ticks off a player like Pack, and it ticks off a head coach. Don't make stupid plays or stupid passes.
Bulldogs by 1. Atantsov kicks it out to Darion Reed. Goes baseline looking for the jam, but a foul against the Bulldogs. Looks like that one's going to go against Jamarion Davis-Fleming.
Mismatch inside, but the pass to try to get over Hubbard, not good enough. But as we talked about, Hubbard is physical. He is strong. He does not mind taking it into any bigger body because he's strong enough to play through them.
Reed misses that free throw.
For the Bulldogs, number 2, Jabari McGee, will check in. Along with 99,
Chor checks back in for the Bulldogs. Substitutions abound for Oklahoma as well. As Muhammad Wagee back on the floor. Along with Jadon Jones, Xavier Brown, Marion Reed, and we get to see Kual Atak, the 6'9" redshirt freshman.
Shooter.
Epps trying to find some room. That one's blocked. Tapped around, but it's going to be taken by Sean Jones.
Shot clock.
Jabari McGee now. 5 on the shot clock. Jones. Epps looks up. Gets a shot off just in time off the back of the rim and batted around and taken by Atak. Reed. Boy, he's been very aggressive trying to get to the rim.
You know, Dave, maybe not a surprise because two teams are very good defensively. Low-scoring game so far. Both of them played a high-octane game on Saturday in their wins.
Chris Jans had to kind of adjust things here the last couple of years. He's been known as a defensive guy, guru, if you will, on that end of the floor, but he's given up some of that defensive intensity for some offense.
And when he worked for Porter Moser way back in the Illinois State days, Porter Moser said, you know what, he was always a defensive guy. Intensity was how we thought of him.
McGee.
Well, I thought he had a look.
Yep.
You know, if you have a look early, you might as well take it. Oklahoma's settled in defensively. They're not giving up anything.
Epps has it knocked out of his hands. It'll stay with the Bulldogs. 11 on the shot clock. Mississippi State averaging 81 points a game, 14th in the league. You go back 10 years, John, you averaged 81 points, you'd be leading the conference in scoring, but now you're 14th.
Yeah, by far. That's incredible.
And the Sooners average 87 a game. That's just good enough for 7th. Think about that, 87 points a game, and you're 7th in your league.
High octane. It could be fun this season.
Yeah.
Or we might get what we're getting tonight. Defense where you can't get any good shots off. Both teams. I'm saying the first good look you have, you probably better take. Oh, good offensive board.
Davis Fleming working hard, the freshman out of Canton, Mississippi.
Yeah, just down the road. They really like his upside. They love how hard he plays, the way he plays. He'll keep getting better game by game.
Little run out, 3-on-1 alley-oop, and a foul as Jabari McGee hits the deck hard. He'll pop up and get some free throws.
Well, we see what Mississippi State does when they can create a turnover, push, try to score easy baskets. You know, George Brooks said it best when I was talking to the assistant coach today. You're talking about size of guards. He said when you run an open court and up and down, there is no size. You don't have to worry about a guy being 3 inches bigger if you don't have to set up in an offensive set, and that's a great point.
McGee, the senior transfer from UAB. He's from Macomb, Mississippi.
Andy Kennedy.
Just under 10 points a game. 75% at the line, gets 1 out of 2.
Kind of three-headed guard monster. Epps, Hubbard, and when you put McGee in there, he can score. He had 29 points this season against Utah.
Woogie off to Xavier Brown. Boy, Xavier was so good against Ole Miss on Saturday, battling flu-like symptoms as well. Still put together a 15-point performance, or 23-point performance against the Rebels.
And 19 in the second half. Oklahoma not making long-distance shots so far this first half.
McGee got bumped. Chased down in the corner there.
McGee's a physical player. But the key, I think, defensively for Oklahoma, Tay Davis at 6'9" can guard anybody on the floor.
Attack from the corner, in and out. There's Tay Davis. That one is rejected by Davis Fleming.
Great block.
Here's Epps. Rebound to Brown. Boy, neither team shooting it very well to start this game. Sooners 3 of 14. They've yet to hit a three. Davis off the front of the rim. Make it 3 out of 15, and then a scrum for the loose ball. That'll go against Oklahoma. It'll be Bulldog basketball. Mississippi State not shooting well either. They're 0 for 6 from behind the arc, 5 for 14. But we got a close one, 11-8. 11:05 to go, first half from Starkville. They kick it out, I guess.
Yeah, says they're jumping at everything. Give them a ball fake, kick it out or lay it in, one or the other. And trying to ignite them, maybe they just put in Dayton Forsythe, who did not play in the first SEC game against Ole Miss, but we know him as a shooter, right? Guy that can spot up, make some shots.
Dayton averaging just shy of 5 points a game. 30% three-point shooter this year, but he brings some energy. Been playing on some bad ankles.
Not a league to play in if your ankles aren't healthy.
No.
Well, I tell you what, they do not give Hubbard any space.
A chore misses. Ball's on the deck, and the Bulldogs win it. I'll reset. Hubbard trying to find a little bit of room. Pull-up jumper is good.
Dave, and he only needs a little bit of room. Miscommunication defensively. I think it was Reed and Tay Davis looked at each other, but nobody reacted to it. Hubbard will make you pay.
Pack cuts baseline, lost it. Bulldog basketball.
So when you don't communicate and you're trying to stop a great shooter, watch both players look at each other. Nobody picks him up. A little bit of space. We know what Hubbard can do. He can either go by you or shoots that little fadeaway. Space.
Bulldogs now 0 for 8 from behind the arc. Hubbard's missed his 3 attempts, and boy, that was just a...
Yeah, that was
not good.
Not good. Secure the ball. Make sure your teammate's ready. Forsythe was leaving the scene. He was heading down. Ball hit him in the back of the foot. Got one guy leaving, other guy looking. Another turnover for Oklahoma. Wow, almost a backcourt.
McGee saves it. Crowd wants a foul on Forsythe. McGee trying to work around him.
You know, McGee, the offensive player, grabbed him. He grabbed him back. Kind of looked like a receiver, a defensive back, how they do it.
Boy, Ballard thought he was fouled. That ball is rejected by Keen Grace.
Hey, partner, lace him up. Not a lot of whistles. Very physical. This is like football contact. There's the grab, there's the hold, no call. You allow your teammate to come swat it away.
Did he block it with his elbow? Yeah, he did. He blocked it with his elbow. Don't see that every day.
We might as well get the football coaches in here.
Here's Brown.
Man, I tell you what, that bucket. How many? They've had 5 in and out shots.
Hubbard again to the basket. 4 field goals, all 2 points. 8 on the evening for Josh Hubbard. Timeout Oklahoma. As the Bulldogs have opened this up to a 7-point advantage, and the Sooners again average 87 points a game, but they're stuck on 8, and we're less than 10 minutes to go here in the first half.
A solid defensive effort leads to some run outs, and it doesn't matter how many you have back. Again, Hubbard's always labeled as, boy, he can really shoot it. Well, you know what? He's a scorer. He can get it in a variety of ways. I'm going to go back. People don't realize how physical that upper body is. Shoulders, bicep, tricep. He's strong. He's physical. If you're going to make him put it on the floor to the rim, he'll take that. And just like that, I mean, this home crowd gets into this game, and really the reward is on the defensive end for this Bulldog squad.
Oklahoma's been shooting the basketball extremely well. Their last 4 games, they've been over 50% from the floor. Matter of fact, against Ole Miss in their last outing, they shot 51% for the game. But they have really struggled to get it through the basket here. 3 of 17 to start this one.
And even the open looks have not gone in.
I guess the good news, if you're Oklahoma, is Mississippi State hasn't stretched it more than it is right now.
True. Like I said earlier, I thought Oklahoma had a chance to kind of build a lead, and they didn't. And all of a sudden, you're playing from behind. Nice bucket by Brown. Not surprising.
Averaging 16 a game. Gets that one to drop.
Seems to like the big moments and relishes the fact to take big shots. Jadon Jones, one of the better defenders in the SEC. It doesn't matter. You're guarding for the jump shot. Hubbard will take it, keeps his body between you, the defender, and the basketball.
Latancev gets it to Brown. Top of the key jumper is good.
Yeah, 2 in a row. And what McGee has to do is you can't settle and not be ready defensively. Guys are too good.
Well, nowhere to go for McGee. Ends up in the hands of the guy you wanted. Hubbard kicks it out. Boy, King Grace missed everything, and the Sooners back the other way with Nigel Pack. King Grace, the freshman, working against the savvy veteran Nigel Pack, does a nice job.
And King Grace is solid on the defensive end. Brown's hit the last 2.
Catch and shoot for Darion Reed in the first 3 of the game for either team.
And the Sooners have answered. 3 buckets and 3 possessions.
2-point game.
But how about Hubbard? When he has the ball, he beats you up when he's dribbling the ball.
Not afraid of contact.
Nope.
Ballard, offensive foul. That'll get us to a timeout. 17-15, our tally here at the Hump in Starkville. Back in a moment.
If you get out, he'll get some open looks, but it doesn't matter. He still puts it on the floor and scores. Hey, look who's here. Look who's here.
Dak the Bulldog.
Dak the Bulldog.
I think he was smiling. Here's Xavier Brown. Transferred in from St. Joe's. Gets it to Pack with 8 on the shot clock. That's no good. And boy, body. Seems like every time we come down the court, somebody's on the floor.
McGee back in the lineup. Walker trying to block him out.
Those are 2 big boys.
Brandon Walker more of a wide body. McGee is tall. A little bit of a wrestling move to pull down. Boy, McGee was so good last Saturday in the win against Ole Miss. 10 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 assists.
Here's Brown, little floater on the baseline. Tough angle. McGee on the deck. More bodies on the floor, and it'll be a tie-up, and the arrow favors Mississippi State.
Good hustle, both squads. Physical game. Shooting percentage is low. There's so much contact, body on body. McGee just keeping it active, keeping it alive. Right when you think you have it, someone else jumps in. Good job by Brown to cover it up.
The way Mississippi State's played some defense, it's hard to believe they gave up 98 to Texas. Epps in traffic drew the foul, and he'll have some free throws coming up.
Another guy that knows how to score. When he goes to that right, his right hand, he's good at getting then his body into the defender. And once an offensive player gets even with a defensive player, and they're smart, you don't get back in front of him.
Hey, there's a full slate, and I mean full slate, of men's basketball on Saturday right here on the SEC Network, and we'll cap it off at 8:30 Eastern Time as this Mississippi State team will travel up to Lexington, take on the Kentucky Wildcats. Begins 8:30 Eastern Time. Of course, you can always catch it on the ESPN app.
That's a late night, 8:30 Eastern Time. Lexington.
Tough stretch of games. You get to Oklahoma here, and then for Mississippi State, then they get Kentucky, and then they get Alabama in their midweek game next week here at the Hump.
Welcome to the SEC.
No nights off, that is for sure. Here's Forsythe. Tried to alley-oop it to McGee. Catches it, and a little scoop shot. Didn't hit the iron. Taken by the Bulldogs.
Not a good pass by Forsythe. If you're going to make the pass, you got to make it close to the rim so your teammate can finish the play.
Tapped around a couple of times.
How about Davis Fleming, who's come in the game? Has handled the physicality and been able to score a couple buckets.
Forsythe steps into a three. No good. And let's see who that foul's going to be on. Is that going to be on McGee? I believe so. That'll be his second. That'll be the team's sixth.
A lot of rotation of bodies, especially on the Oklahoma side. A lot of energy expended on both ends, especially defensively. So Porter Moser kind of keeping fresh bodies out there. I tell you, McGee is an active player. He's going to get called for a foul because he held down the left arm of Davis Fleming.
Davis Fleming, another freshman. Matter of fact, this freshman class by Chris Jans ranked 11th in the country. Batted around. There's Walker going strong to the basket.
2:45 and physical.
Nigel Pack.
How about Hubbard staying right with him? He is not only just a scorer.
Shot clock in single digits. Tay Davis spins in traffic. No chance that hits anything. Yel Atancov, the 6'11" senior.
I think I just saw someone in the crowd said, hey, this isn't Russia. This isn't easy.
Right.
We're a little more physical over here. Look at Walker, the physicality. You know what, Dave? I was told by someone today in town, this Bulldog team isn't as physical and tough as our normal defensive team. They may have that wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe they're emerging as a better defensive squad.
Hubbard.
That's great defense by Tay Davis. That is great defense. You could cut that video out and keep it, show it to everybody.
Walker will get it, but there's only 5 on the shot clock.
Shoot
Walker.
a big fella.
John Jones spins. No good. Davis Fleming giving him some outstanding minutes. The young man will head to the free throw line to shoot 2.
So, Dave, if you do not put a body on a body when you're on the defensive end, Mississippi State's bigs are going to get close, so there's nobody blocking anybody out. They're not blocking them out. Guys are just underneath looking at each other. This Bulldog squad, especially their young bigs off the bench, have given this squad a boost.
Jamar Davis Fleming, 4-star top 100 recruit, #1 ranked player in the state of Mississippi, a Gatorade Hoops Player of the Year in this state. And coaches always talk about trying to find winners, guys that have always won. When he won back-to-back state high school championships, he was a force in the high school circuit.
And Chris Jans has had great words for him. He's not the guy that's going to get a ton of points. Really doesn't shoot it well yet, but he alters the game, alters shots. He's had 16 blocks so far in this season. And we can see his energy already early in his first half.
Much different outcome from Davis Fleming. Played 8 minutes and fouled out against Texas.
I like what Darion Reed did that time. He didn't settle for the long shot. They are giving him the three-point shot. Walker backed off him, really to say, go ahead. Darion Reed said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it on the floor. I'm going to use my body, spin you, see if you can play that. And they couldn't.
Second foul on Brandon Walker. Darion Reed back to the free throw line. Reed now 3 out of 5 at the stripe. Achor back on the floor for Walker. So it'll be Jones, Epps, Hubbard, Achor, and Davis Fleming for the Bulldogs. Ty Rogers, a freshman wearing #8 for Oklahoma, checks in, gets some minutes here in the first half. Along with Davis, Reed, Pack, and Brown. And the shot clock did not reset properly. Now it is at 24. Clocks have been a hot topic the last 20 hours.
Yeah,
or
they
so.
were last night, weren't they?
Yo.
What a finish. Auburn game. A&M with a win. We thought Auburn won. Now we thought A&M won.
Davis Fleming. Boy, a big collision there. Jones will get, I think we'll pick up that foul. Yes, for Oklahoma as he pushes Hubbard to the floor. 23-16, Bulldogs out in front.
How do you score? How do you get a bucket? It's physical. It's tough. Good. You think this is just nice basketball? Come on back. We'll keep going. Now, sometimes you have to admire the fact. But look at that dog. Look at that. That's Dak.
That's Dak.
That's Dak.
I petted Dak before the game today. Dak was very sweet.
Yeah.
I think he thought I had a treat, and then when he realized I didn't, he moved on to the next person.
Moved on. Smart dog.
You know, we're talking about shooting. We are combined 1 for 18 from behind the arc for these teams. You only make from three-point land.
And it kind of rubs off on the free throw line. Oklahoma 3 of 6. Mississippi State now 3 of 7.
Pack.
I tell you what, that's a tough bucket. McGee's right with it. Now, what coaches will say is you can't give him that little space. And McGee got caught, just kind of trailing the play.
Davis Fleming.
Got to shoot that.
Try to dump it down to a chore.
You're 6'10", you have to shoot it. Even if you miss it, then a chore. Yeah. He's in a position to get the offensive rebound.
Follow-up slam.
And the only way you would pass it down, if you want to lob it to the rim, to the big, that'd be another way to score.
McGee threw it up there, and Pack comes out of the pack with the basketball.
Shot
on the way. Boy, he just been 2 games now where he just hadn't had the touch.
Yeah, that was an open look. Most of them have been well guarded.
Taken away by the Sooners. Up ahead to Jones.
And I love the no call. They didn't bail out Epps. Epps kind of got no man's land.
Good defense by Jabari McGee. There, Pack steps inside, knocks home a 2-pointer.
And he just knows how to get a shot. Shifty, crafty, stop, start, move you sideways.
And a bump. That'll go against Kai Rogers.
I love both these coaches. Porter's arguing because they bumped him out of bounds. Watch Nigel Pack. Control the defender. And you've got a great defender trying to stop him. Stop, go, move him, get him to a pick. A variety of moves and ways to score.
Hubbard at the free throw line. Josh, 81% this season. Came into this game with 1,555 career points, 11th all-time in Mississippi State. 260 career three-pointers, second all-time, chasing down the school record, which is 280. Something tells me he'll get there.
Yep.
Brown is bumped, and he'll have some free throws coming up. Epps couldn't.
And I love the 2 high screens. He makes the pass to the second guy, not the first one. So as a defender, you think that ball's coming. I'm going to hit this first guy. It goes to the second guy out top, and so now you've got to chase and get by both of them. When you catch up, Epps is a half step behind Brown. Tough to deny what Brown wants to do.
As an offensive player, as soon as you get the defensive player on your hip, you own him, right?
You own it. Because they can't get back in front of you.
You know who was really good at that? Sindarius Thornwell at South Carolina.
Yeah. He was great at it.
On their run to the Final Four.
Yep. And really what you do is you put the pressure on the official to then have to call stuff.
Yeah. 2:12 to go first half. Low scoring affair. Indicated by our 35% shooting for the Bulldogs and 28% shooting by Oklahoma. Better defense or just poor shooting?
You know what? There's been a few missed open shots, more by Oklahoma on missed open shots. Bulldogs have not had many open looks. Bad pass, recovered. Fortunate for Mississippi State.
Davis Fleming trying to hit a chore cutting to the basket.
Dave, tell me who's open. Like, it's hard to find a guy. Think of this. Davis Fleming caught that, and it looked like his teammate cutting baseline was wide open, but great hustle by Jadon Jones. Now, look, he's wide open. Jones comes back, gets into play.
They had 3 Oklahoma jerseys around Hubbard.
And again, when he caught it, the cutter was open. It's just hustle. Scouting report, as both teams went through today, that we got to watch. Got to remember, Jadon Jones, who transferred from Long Beach State, was Defensive Player of the Year in that league, the Big West.
.139 to go. Oklahoma will have the basketball. And last touch by the Bulldogs. That one went off the hip of McGee. Davis. Boy, took it right to Davis Fleming, the 6'10 freshman. Got it to go.
He almost made what looked like could have been an easier shot tougher. He took it almost too close to defender. Still converted.
A chore had it ripped out of his hands by Rogers. Brown to Davis. Takes it to the rim.
Good.
Got it to go.
So good off the bounce. And then the finish with the left hand, the transfer from Notre Dame.
And Oklahoma has the lead at 27-25.
So impressive when you have a 6'9 player that can handle it and they can run him almost at point guard. Here's the steal by Kai Rogers. Active hands, and now watch, right next to him is Tay Davis. He comes down, crosses over, finishes with the left. Again, Porter Moser talks about Tay Davis. They can play him like a point guard, put the ball in his hands. That allows the 2 guards, Pack and Brown, to play off the ball, which then usually ends around here in Starkville.
I wouldn't say there aren't many in Starkville, but based on what I have seen today on social media, there will be a full throng of Rebel fans making their way out to Arizona.
Well, our producer for tonight, El Hebel, she is a Miami Hurricane graduate, so she has the U going today.
Oh, there's Hubbard again. Hubbard up to 14 to lead everybody.
Off the bounce, strong, physical.
Brown hit the bottom of the rim. Davis Fleming with another rebound, his 7th of the first half off the bench. Hubbard. A chore. That one's blocked. Rogers got a piece of that one.
They're going to run the clock down. There's, what, 2 seconds differential? Again, here's where the luxury. 6'9 guy they can handle. You take your 2 scores, Brown and Pack, off the ball for now. See if they give Davis a screen out top.
Davis lost it. 4 seconds. Still on the floor. That'll end the half. Kind of appropriate. Well, you got Oklahoma averaging 87 points a game. Mississippi State averaging 82 points a game, but we're stuck at 27. The good news is it's really close.
Fabulous first half.
Looks like some church league basketball I've played in the past. Perhaps Dari as well. Dari, take it away, my friend.
Yeah. Shooters, making shooters put it on the floor. Help, talk, be aggressive. That's what we've seen. Oklahoma did it well, right? No easy shot attempts for Mississippi State. Steal the basketball, but when we start thinking of only Oklahoma playing good defense, Mississippi State said we can do the same thing.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, some teams don't think this is a physical team enough for Mississippi State. I beg to differ once we watch the first half. No easy looks for Oklahoma. And then there's one guy of this whole game, the only guy that's in double figures, is one of the best scorers in college basketball. He's got 14 points. All of them coming more around the rim than from outside.
Josh Hubbard leads the league in scoring at 22.5 a game, 14 in the first half. But the three-point shooting is the thing. Let's kind of scratch your head. Oklahoma averages 10 makes per game this season, which ranks 4th in the conference. 10.5 threes on average. And yet they're sitting at 2 for 10, and Mississippi State 0 for 12.
Can the defensive energy stay as high as it was in the first half this second half?
Alley-oop on the baseline, knocked out of bounds by the Sooners. And it'll be Bulldog basketball.
Pretty good set play, but I believe it was Jones defensively that got back and didn't allow Tay Davis to allow.
Which coach would have been more frustrated at halftime? Or would they have been frustrated?
You know what? I think you take what you have, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think both coaches are sitting there going, okay, it's an even game. Neither team played great offensively. So you're telling your guys, stay with it defensively. Shots will go down, shots will fall, so keep doing it.
Epps now with 6 points, 2 of 7 from the floor.
And remember last Saturday, Xavier Brown, who has the ball now, had 19 points in that second half against Ole Miss.
Another turnover for Oklahoma. That is number 7. Remember, they came in averaging just about 9 a game, the fewest in the conference.
Now here's what you worry about. Tay Davis is holding that left hand. Probably jammed a couple fingers from that pass.
Hubbard with the crossover on Davis.
Wow.
Brown to a running Darion Reed, who throws it down.
Pretty rare bucket on a break.
Yeah,
nobody back defensively.
We have definitely not seen that tonight. Epps to Ballard. Sean Jones tried to tap it around and keeps it alive. Boy, does he work hard. Achor. Ballard. Foul.
It's amazing if you don't grab the basketball with 2 hands and keep a hold of it. The activity of active hands around you.
Tay Davis picks up his first foul. You mentioned it briefly, but Chris Jans and Porter Moser know each other quite well. They were on the same staff together. Porter, the head coach. Chris Jans is assistant coach for 3 years. Guys still good friends.
It was a long time ago, 20 years ago at Illinois State. All those assistant coaches that worked at Illinois State, now head coaches. And Chris Jans talked favorably about those years. And Porter Moser was let go at Illinois State, then became an assistant over at St. Louis University.
Spent a lot of time with those guys. Spent a lot of time with Rick Majerus.
And he talked about the value of coaching under the late Rick Majerus. Things he learned. He said it was a great point in his life. When you're let go as a coach, it's really difficult. And he needed a guy like Rick Majerus to get the focus back into what he was doing. And led him to Loyola Chicago to a Final Four.
Here's Jones. Jones knocks home the 3. He is a 33% three-point shooter. That's his 17th of the year.
Yeah, catch and release kind of guy. You want to make him put it on the floor.
The foul's going to go against Muhammad Wagi, and for Muhammad, that'll be his 3rd foul.
You know, Ballard is 7 feet, 260. Doesn't score a lot of points. When you watch him play, you know that. But you can't allow him the freedom to take a step and get to the rim.
Ballard, 71% foul shooter. Doesn't go there a lot. Now 11 of 15 on the year.
Showed up here from Wichita State a year ago. Also played at Florida State.
Averaged 10 points, 9 rebounds last year at Wichita State, but shot 75% from the field. Led the American in field goal percentage and blocks, 2nd in double-doubles and rebounds. Had a really good season for the Shockers. Ntantsev, number 15 for Oklahoma, getting quite a few minutes.
And how do you get open looks?
Tied up Brown. Ntantsev gets it to Jones.
It's like a wrestling match.
Hubbard working on Pack. Boy, two really good guards, and Hubbard wins that battle. Shot clock violation.
You know, it's impressive that a guy like Jay Nips defensively against an outstanding ball handler at Xavier Brown shuts him down one way. Now you've got Hubbard shutting down Nigel Pack. These are two great offensive players. Defensively, Hubbard and Epps, outstanding.
Hubbard is yet to make a three. 0 for 5, and fouled on that one by Jones, so he'll have 3 free throws coming up.
You know, he's going to keep looking. He just tries to keep you off balance, and because of his quickness on his jump, gets into that shot so fast.
What's it like to be on a team when you have such a high-volume shooter like a Hubbard? I mean, how does it affect you if you're one of his teammates? 31 shots the other night is a lot.
So you have to understand your role. And the one thing about playing with a big score, big time score, is that you yourself, if you play right, are probably going to get open looks. Because there's more than one set of eyes on Hubbard. Everybody on the floor defensively knows where he is. So if you're a teammate, keep moving, keep cutting, set him a pick, pop, do some things. And you hope your guy starts making shots because the defense will clamp to him, and you'll find open looks.
Rare miss at the line for Hubbard. Got to go back to 2023 for the Bulldogs' last game without a 3. Something tells me they're going to make one at some point without Josh Hubbard on the floor.
It's incredible.
I'd be willing to bet your house that he makes one.
You can have my house.
I'm not going to bet my house, but I'll bet your house, though. That is the 3rd foul on Darion Reed.
Oklahoma's continue to keep big, long, lanky defenders on Hubbard. Down Jones at 6'5". They've also had Tay Davis at 6'9", guard Hubbard.
Epps. Ballard. Boy, it looks as though State, for a fraction of a second, has had that cutter going to the baseline, but they can't seem to connect on the pass.
And I still think, put it up to the rim.
Yeah.
He has a lob because he can go on a sprint, put it up to the rim, he's got a dunk. You allow them to defender if you're going to bounce it and get 2 back into the play.
Here's Brown. He's got 8 points, 3 of 10 from the field. Ntantsev sets that screen up top for Brown, frees him up for 3, and he's fouled by Epps.
Epps was late. I kept an eye on Epps' eyes. They are just guarding Brown's chest. He doesn't worry about anything. That's why he's staying in front of him. The chest doesn't go without the basketball. So no matter what Brown does to fake, he's been able just to stay in front of it. Now he gets behind the screen, and when you try to recover in not a good way, you're going to reach and foul. We mentioned the first half. Jay Nips played that freshman year at Illinois. Brad Underwood, a great defensive coach. Then you go 2 years Georgetown. Ed Cooley, another defensive coach. So not surprising when Epps showed up here. I think people talked about his offensive game. But he's just an all-around terrific guard.
Yeah, Porter Moser says he's the guy that makes this team go. First team all A-10 last year at St. Joe's. Forsythe checks in for Nigel Pack.
So can either team get on a 3 or 4 consecutive stop and then get 3 or 4 consecutive buckets? That's the team that'll probably win this game.
Haven't seen that yet.
Nope. Seen a lot of stops.
Yeah.
Well, they cleared out the side for Hubbard to go to work, and you know what he does? Tough to defend.
He's got 18 points.
So they run a play, Dave. He goes under. He gets it to the wing. He's really one-on-one.
Yeah.
Defenders are going to come help, but it's almost too late.
He just glides through the air. Ntonsov steps back for three. That one's no good. Davis gets that rebound, put back, and count it! What an effort for Tay Davis. He will head to the free throw line. Oklahoma leading it here on the road.
Can you find easy buckets? I don't know if you can find them, but if you don't block out, there's aggressiveness. Sooners stand in this game, 2-point lead. Lots of time left on another good SEC battle.
You probably watch more football than me, and I do it for a living.
Yeah, you do it for a living,
you
so you
watch
don't
more
watch
than I
enough. Yeah, you're working. Yeah. That's not the same.
Yeah. So who's going to win it all?
Well, I know what network I'm on right now. I know what state I'm in, so I'll go this. Here's the surprising thing, Dave. Does anybody yet really believe that Indiana is doing what they're doing? Like, that's the hardest thing.
Right.
Every time you go, well, so they beat Ohio State. Well, you know what? So they pummeled Alabama. Like, they pummeled Alabama.
I mean, yeah, it was bad.
I mean, they've been the best team all year, and they've been the best team so far in this tournament.
So if you guys
I'll take Oregon. Hedge myself. I'm a financial guy. We hedge.
Yeah, that's right. Sooners by 3. Josh Hubbard is yet to make a 3, 0 for 5. He's got the school record for consecutive games with a 3 at 61. Shattered the school record.
I mean, they don't give him any free space. Switch off, help.
But Shore. Ntonsov with the block shot. Tacked out of bounds.
Ntonsov with a good, not a big physical guy, but at the rim, active, makes a block. Sooners thought they had that possession.
No challenge by Porter Moser. It's going to belong to Oklahoma. Ball don't lie.
There you go. Gosh, that's an old one. Maybe people used to say that all the time.
I just brought it back.
But you're an old guy,
Yeah,
so you're
right.
Still
left.
saying it.
Right,
Yes,
never left.
left.
By the way, I'm not that old.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You're not.
Let's clarify that.
It's, no, it's a new day.
Davis.
Good catch.
Yeah,
That's a good catch. That was a ball heading out of bounds.
Oh, Davis sets a screen and Brown wide open 3, but chased down by Davis.
It's a rare open look in tonight's defensive battle. I think you're so tired by the time you get a shot because of the physicality. I don't even know how they get a 3-point shot up. And I'm a guy that used to shoot those.
But did you play defense like these guys are playing defense?
No. That's, they paid someone else for that. That didn't say that on my scholarship. I said, I'll just stand over here and guard the guy not involved in the play. What are we checking?
Looks like they might be reviewing the possession.
Probably so.
Play on the floor is being challenged by the coach, Mississippi State.
So we'll step aside while Joe Lindsay takes a look after the Mississippi State challenge. Back in a moment.
Yeah, but he hacked me. He took my arm off.
After review, the coach's challenge by Mississippi State is successful. It will be Mississippi State ball at the end line. Mississippi State will retain their timeout and their challenge.
So they have one challenge left and keep the timeout. And there is the new coach's challenge. Got to have a timeout to make it work, though.
Yeah, and that's why you have so many people on the bench and behind the bench to tell you to challenge or not to challenge. Forsythe, he can't get caught reaching. McGee did not finish the play. I thought he'd keep going.
Davis Fleming had a good first half. Goes strong to the basket. But Shore, he's wrapped up underneath. And they will give him 2 shots at the free throw line. Tay Davis picks up his second. Already 5 team fouls against Oklahoma here in the second half.
Bulldogs have a lot of length, Dave, not only starting but coming off the bench.
Chor knocks home that free throw. And full slate of men's basketball Saturday right here on the SEC Network. It'll be capped off with Mississippi State taking on the Wildcats of Kentucky from Rupp Arena. Game time slated for 8:30 Eastern. You can also catch that one on the ESPN app. I will be up in Nashville for an early game. Where are you going Saturday?
I will be at LSU, Missouri, who's now in a battle right now with Kentucky. Missouri and LSU. LSU with a tough home loss last night to South Carolina.
Here's Jones. Off to Davis.
And they're giving him the 3-pointer. He's not made many all season, only 3 of them.
Brown
out of 27.
Saves it. Flies into the expensive seats. Forsythe.
Nice.
And no whistle. Rebound by a Chor. Man, it is so hard to get a look.
Nice
Chor.
pass. Beautiful.
That is a good look when you can look down and through the rim.
Again, a rare break that the Bulldogs capitalized on.
And Mississippi State has reclaimed the lead at 39-38. Forsythe bumped a couple of times. Here's Rogers tied up, ripped out of his hands by Davis Fleming. Hubbard. Scoop shot. That is rejected by Rogers. Tapped around and Davis Fleming is there.
What a fight. What a fight. Wow.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
The buckets are tough to get tonight, and if you can get an easy one, watch it. Chor make a terrific pass to Jones on a good baseline cut. Again, another rare attempt. Everything else is just a battle inside, outside. Guys fighting, grabbing, holding.
41-38, Mississippi State out in front. Coach Jans in his pregame talk to his team said that we've got to be tougher, nastier, more connected, competitive team tonight. They were in Austin, and he says he challenged them, can we do it again?
I'll put a big check mark by it. Not that they're any tougher than Oklahoma, but they're tough, and they're doing the things they want to do.
He also went on to say in that pregame talk, winning is ugly at times. Survive tough situations and go get win number 2 tonight.
Perfect.
If that doesn't sum up what we have watched here tonight.
Well, you know as a player what kind of game you're in. Physical, tough. You kind of understand, too, if there's easier open looks before things get set, maybe you take those kind of shots. We're at 13 minutes, but when we get to that 5-minute mark, it's going to be possession by possession.
Just under 13 to play. Good ball fake. And too good because it was a travel.
And good hustle by McGee. He looked like he was trailing too much. Pack lifted up. McGee, because he made up the space, Pack had already left his feet.
13 turnovers for Oklahoma for a team averaging at 9 a game. McGee, good spin move. Oh, was that nice.
We saw a lot of that when he was at UAB. Saw that when he played at 29 against Utah this season.
Here's Brown. Pack. Reed, no good. Rebound, Bulldogs. McGee wants to push the tempo.
And he should use his physicality again.
Here's Jones. McGee. Boy, they double Hubbard out near midcourt. Josh, little step back. And a foul underneath against the Bulldogs. Sean Jones says his jersey was being pulled, but that foul's going to go against Davis Fleming.
And that ball held up there like you thought it was going to go in. And when it bounces once, twice, now look at the fight down below. Officials right on it.
Boy, Chris Jans is livid on the far side. It'll stay with the Sooners. That'll get us to our under 12 timeout. It is getting feisty here at Humphrey Coliseum in Starkville. Bulldogs lead it by 5. Start. They lose some games to Iowa State, Kansas State, New Mexico, SMU, and I think the one that really got them was San Francisco. But since then, they've rattled off 5 straight. They've won 6 of their last 7. And what's been going on with this team this year and how they changed?
And you think about the wins, Utah, Memphis, Texas. I think they've gone to what they know they can do best. The 2 guards stir the pot. They have to get the most shots. Now you've got everybody else to understand that's how we play. Now we got to be tougher defensively. They have not been what they normally are here, but tonight we're seeing a different defensive team.
Spin move and a foul against the Bulldogs.
Wow, it was a great spin move, but again, we'll see it. But I thought Davis Fleming was right there. Terrific spin move there, but here it comes. Was there a body there, you think? Body on body?
Had to be that.
Yeah.
3rd foul on Davis Fleming.
Yeah, probably arm too. Good call. Officials are really good in this league.
Reed to the free throw line where he is 76% on the year. Can't get that one to go. Well, he's 3 of 7 at the line.
One of the biggest keys on the road to win, you got to make free throws, especially in the second half.
Arion, of course, the transfer from Alabama. Former high school McDonald's All-American. Ranked number 11 overall prospect coming out of high school a couple of years ago. Sooners with 7 second-half turnovers.
Against Ole Miss, only 1 second-half turnover in their win Saturday.
Little dump down. Jones, that's knocked out of there by McGee. 17 on the shot clock.
Dave, almost every angle when I watch is to think, okay, if you can't lob it in, the guy, put it to the rim.
Yeah.
Just put it to the rim. If your guy has position, let him go get it first. So they don't have to bring it down. Defensive hands are too good tonight.
Ballard, he throws it up, gets us. 2nd or 3rd time he's done that. They've let him shoot it.
And understands where his range is, right? Get another dribble, get to 4 or 5 feet.
That's how you shoot 75% from the floor like he did a year ago.
I mean, a 6-point lead this game, that's huge.
Pack off to Reed, spins again. Lost the handle. It'll be Bulldog basketball. And I think Porter Mosier has probably seen enough of the spin moves.
Well, they used to sometimes say the spin cycle. Maybe too many.
Reed didn't want to come out.
I thought Porter was going to go with 6.
Yeah.
He was just battling with 6.
Wouldn't that be something to add that in the game? You one time during a game, you have 60 seconds to play with 6 players.
I guarantee both coaches would tell you it felt like the other team had 6 defenders on the floor. The way this game's going tonight. Oh my goodness! I'm telling you what, Jones makes a great cut to get to the lane, and then they just shut it off.
Pack. He has just been kept silent tonight. Nigel Pack with 7 points. Brown can't get it to go.
Hubbard
throws it up at the rim.
Yeah.
There you go. He heard you.
Smart player.
Largest lead of the game for the Bulldogs. That one's over the top of the backboard by Pack. Time now for All-State good hands play, and let's go back to that last one by Hubbard.
Hey, good selection, partner. We talked about just get it up to the rim. No sense playing the ball down around the ground because everybody's there. Easy for the big center to finish that one. Ballard, good assist by the leading point scorer of the game, Hubbard. It's fun to watch how Hubbard dribbles, how firm he is with the bounce, which gets him into his shot, but also gets him into getting by people.
McGee, left hand, scoop shot high off the window.
Let's play a little horse in Starkville.
Boy, you just feel like the next 2 minutes are going to be so critical for Oklahoma. Brown, blocked. McGee, blocked. And a foul.
So what the Bulldogs understand defensively, Dave, if Brown goes to the right with his right hand, he goes almost all the way to score. So weak side defenders have been able to come and block that shot.
Chor picks up the foul. That'll be his second.
So watch when Brown gets down the lane. Watch where the weak side help. The big man, Ballard, just sitting ready to make that play. Ooh.
Hey.
A little glass.
Well, he watched the guy. We had our halftime. A guy
halftime.
had to make 2 free throws, 2 layups, 2 threes. He banked every one of them in. He made all the shots and banked them in.
Well, he's just giving you a little touch to say, I can do whatever I want to do. Bank it in.
I own this free throw line.
You want to play me in horse? I can do all this stuff.
Bizarre is it to see a Mississippi State team without a 3-pointer attempt in
and
this
how about
half.
Oklahoma just went to a 2-3 zone. That Chor got an easy look.
Boy, Hubbard is wide open for 3. They didn't see him.
And they got to know where he is. Oh, nice pass.
And Ballard heading to the free throw line. Last time they won a game without a 3-point field goal back to 2014 against Clayton State. See, that was a time when if you got the first one to 60, that was the era of hoops. When you got to 60, you usually won.
Twin 3-point shot might have been a bad shot.
Yeah.
Right? They didn't run plays.
Analytics weren't part of the process at that
Correct. Time. Nate Oates was still a high school teacher trying to figure it out.
Back on the floor. Reed to the bench.
All right, there's a luxury still for Oklahoma. Veteran players, guys that have been around. They're not going to lose their mind being down 9-10. I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with Ballard. He knows his strengths and weaknesses and where he needs to be effective, you know?
Ballard with those free throws. Now up to double-figure points with 10, has a couple of rebounds.
The guy who's been quiet for Oklahoma for all the last 2 ball games. He's made 10 of 19 threes.
Oh, Sean just ripped it. Sean Jones just ripped it out of the hands of Tay Davis, and that's not an easy task.
And one of the better defenders in this league. Man.
Sean Jones, the senior guard, been here his entire career, 4th year in this program, came here as a walk-on.
And how rare is it to say that?
Yes.
4 years, one place?
Count it. Sooners heading to the free throw line. Heck of an effort, but just again indicative of what the night's been like. That's how Oklahoma has to score.
Wow. Terrific defense, but a better offensive play. The Davis has a couple inches on Sean Jones. Played off both feet, right? The ball fake, get the defender to move just enough.
Boy, Oklahoma had missed 10 straight shots until that one by Davis.
Well, they're missing too many free throws in this second half.
They're 12 of 17 at the line.
Here it is again. Watch the matchup zone. They must understand where Hubbard is at all times.
Mature. He's fouled.
Smart play. At the middle of that zone, he just attacked.
That is the 4th foul on McGee.
So if you're big for Mississippi State, and you know your strength is jump shooters, if you're big, you know what's rarely going to happen are guys aren't coming back digging for the ball from guards, because then you'll pitch it out to the best shooters.
Boy, McGee Saturday was so dominant. 10 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks, and that went over Ole Miss. It has not been that much fun for McGee today. 2 points, 5 rebounds.
Well, and the key for McGee always will be, and probably for Oklahoma, he's got to play minutes.
Yeah.
If he's more than 25 minutes a night, then it's going to be a good night. It's good to play on your home court, Dave. That's a home court bounce right there on that free throw.
I didn't even shoot on that rim today, and it was pretty receptive. I've loosened some rims around the league over the years.
Yeah, you've been good at that.
Here's Brown.
Nice.
Got it.
Much like we saw Saturday against Ole Miss, Brown, they put it in Brown's hand and let him try to create, whether for himself or for his teammates.
I don't know how we're ever going to find this out, but I'm sure we could. But these two teams have combined to go 3 for 28.
It's crazy.
I wonder what the fewest number of 3 makes is in a league game in recent memory.
Yeah.
This would be up there if it finishes like this.
Oh, turn the other way.
Yeah. Just threw it up. And a push in the back. I think Achor got a little frustrated. And Achor just picked up his 3rd. Achor does have 12 rebounds, 4 points. 53-45, Bulldogs out in front under a media timeout. Back in a moment. He is something else.
Yeah, what a performance.
The SEC's leading scorer at 22.5 a game. Averaging 2.5 rebounds, almost 4 assists per night.
And let's be honest, Mississippi State's playing great, but they've got a guy that single-handedly can carry it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
The only time he's been held to single digits this year was in a loss to San Francisco. He held to 3 points, and they lost by 3.
Yeah, got injured. Didn't play many minutes.
Attack. Foul on the floor against the Bulldogs.
You know, now the timeout, Porter Moser ran a good play.
Yeah.
The Tuck just hasn't been shooting the ball like we've seen him shoot.
That'll be the 4th foul.
Want to get your shooter an open look? They did. Not very close, but Tay Davis inside.
4th foul on Davis Fleming. Well, Hubbard's gotten all the attention. I'd almost say that the second most valuable player for Mississippi State today has been that guy with the basketball, Davis Fleming, today.
Yeah, great minutes, great activity. I'd love to say we're going to see a lot of him in a Bulldog uniform. I have no clue if we will, but Hubbard's putting on a show.
I mean, it is a show. It is an absolute show. 30 points now. And remember, these 30 coming with just 1 3. Foul. Achor. So the whole plan is to run him off the 3-point line. Well, if this is going to happen, you got to keep him out of the paint.
But I mean, watch the upper body, the strength of everything, right? You don't bump him. You don't bump him off his spot. What do I mean? If he's in a straight line, you're not bumping him so that he leaves that line of what he's got. And that's really his hips, thighs, the strength of how he plays.
We were tied at 27 at the half. It is now a 17-point game as Davis Fleming gets a nice round of applause for his minutes tonight. Reed connects on the free throws. Boy, Oklahoma early in this game had some nice looks at the basket and couldn't convert.
Yeah.
That one is Out of bounds, it'll stay with the Sooners. But you just wonder from a psychological standpoint, you missed some easy ones early. How does that affect you?
Yeah, Dave, I think you're right. The open ones didn't go in, and then all of a sudden the Bulldogs didn't give you open ones. So a tough battle on the offensive end. You know what? They put a little pressure, got a turnover.
Brown back to Davis. Fouled, and he'll head to the line. Two shots coming up for Davis. Second foul on Hubbard.
Good reaction. When you're a small guard, you're like, you think I can bump that 6'9" dude? Come on.
They'll never see. They'll never see it.
Yeah. Well, Tay Davis having a tough time with the foul. I don't know what he is overall, but he's missed the last couple.
3 of 6.
Yeah.
13 points, 6 rebounds for Tay Davis.
And what is Oklahoma for the foul line, Dave?
Overall, they are now 16 out of 25.
Yep.
They are 11 of 17 this half of the line.
We have a timeout
on the floor. 16-point advantage for the Bulldogs. 3:04 to go. Well, the SEC Network will definitely have you covered for Ole Miss football before, during, and after their college football playoff semifinal against Miami in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. Pre-game coverage begins tomorrow afternoon with the Paul Feinbaum Show at 3 East. Then the SEC Nation crew will take you right up until kickoff. Now, during the game, you can watch a Skycast presentation from just above the field with the call from the Rebel radio crew. SEC football final will wrap up today. The Rebels and the Hurricanes tomorrow night in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. We just had to get this in because we just don't get to see shorts like that anymore. Chris Jans in high school. He was a multi-sport. He wrestled, he ran track, played football, of course played hoops, and he told us today he also played golf. We left the golf video out, but Chris Jans was a multi-sport. He said he thought he was a lot better than he really was in high school.
You know what? I wouldn't want to wrestle him.
No.
The other stuff maybe, but I wouldn't want to wrestle. Second turnover in the last 2 possessions for Mississippi State.
2:45 to go. Reed trying to draw some contact underneath. Couldn't get it and tapped around a couple of times. It'll stay. It'll go to the Bulldogs with 2:39 on the clock now.
So you think what lineup Chris Jans has in there? When you've got Hubbard, now Epps just had the turnover, but Epps, Hubbard, and McGee, all good ball handlers, although Epps will go out, he just threw the one away.
Sean Jones catches the bullet pass.
That was a good catch.
Here's Hubbard. Hubbard's looking for a little bit of room, trying to work some clock now, though. 15 on the shot clock, 2:25 on the game clock.
And smart defense, get it out of his hands. You know, Pack was only a half step from not going to make an interception. But when you don't make the interception and you foul, Mississippi State's got to pay this off and make free throws.
McGee connects on the free throw. Mississippi State now 19 of 27 at the line. Bulldogs have out-rebounded Oklahoma 43-34. Oklahoma did that same thing to Ole Miss on Saturday. Really attacked the glass, won that battle. Boy, there was a sequence there. 11-minute mark now to about the 7-minute mark, where Mississippi State, really the 6-minute mark maybe, where they just got the stops. You talked about it. Can you put 3 stops together and convert 3 times in a row on the other end? And they did it a couple of times, and that's where separation has come in this game to make it an 18-point advantage. Deep 3 from Jones off the front of the rim. Hubbard with the rebound. Two minutes to play. Here's McGee. McGee's played a bunch of minutes here in the second half. Shot clock in single digits. Hubbard. In and out for Josh. Rebound to Davis. Layup is good.
Too far to come back now, Dave. You know that?
Sure words have never been spoken.
Yeah.
117 and a 69.
And the Sooners understand it.
Yep.
What a second half by Josh Hubbard.
He's fun to watch. Second half, 16 points for Hubbard. Had 14 in the first half. McGee knocks home a 3.
Dave, it wasn't the greatest November, December for the Bulldogs, but they're going to go to 2-0 in the league with a road victory and a home victory.
The Bulldogs will win their 6th consecutive game. 7 of their last 8. This will snap Oklahoma's 5-game winning streak. They had won 9 of their last 10. And a scrum, and the arrow favors Mississippi State with 16 seconds left, so they can just dribble this one out. Boy, the Bulldogs going to go to 10-5, 2-0 in the league. Oklahoma's going to drop to 11-4 and 1-1 in conference play. Next 2 games for Mississippi State. They take on Kentucky in Rupp, and then they get Alabama here next week in their midweek game. Meanwhile, for Oklahoma, it'll be at Texas A&M, and then they host Florida, followed by Alabama. As you said earlier, there are no nights off in this league.
No, and maybe again, there were a few teams in this league that didn't have the great November, December, but lo and behold, some are starting to show what they could be. And the Bulldogs, one of those squads.
So Hubbard will finish with 30 points. The SEC's leading scorer. His 22.5-point average will certainly creep up a bit after tonight's performance, where he hit 11 of 22 with only 1 3-pointer. And the Bulldogs win it 72-53 behind the sensational junior Josh Hubbard. So good night for the Bulldogs, tough one for the Sooners. For my partner, John Sunvold, the rest of our exceptional SEC Network crew, our final score, 70.